Mr. Barlow.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Just to respond to Mr. Nolan, I know Mr. Nolan is very concerned about the litigation involving the police department, as are we all. And he has friends in that department, as we all do. We have friends in the department and want to make sure that things are handled appropriately. But I know that Mr. Nolan would not want us to show our hand to other side to hamstring the city in its defense of lawsuits. So those things are done by law in closed session, which means they're not shared with the other side. They're not shared with the public. At the appropriate time, certain matters are made public, and they will be at the appropriate time when the law requires that. I know that he would like to, and I understand this, he would like to tell us who we should depose, what questions we should ask, and how we should conduct those depositions. I appreciate his input and his thoughts. We're, however, not going to accept those kind offers.
Mr. Barlow, could you address the cost? Because I know we did at one point have the schedule of costs for all the different law firms. Can we post it? Can we do something to do that?
Two things. We are having the costs for Ms. Yang and Mr. Bob put out every month as requested. We are putting out the other costs for the other litigation on a regular basis. The problem that with Mr. Nolan's request is he asked for all legal assistance for the city. That's far beyond just litigation. That's every little. So we're trying to gather that from all the different departments who use attorneys for anything, and that has sort of held us up a little bit. We will get that out and as soon as possible.
And then when you break down the costs, so we have Ms. Yang and Mr. Bob, whose costs have sort of leveled out at this point, and then we're just keeping on board for strategic planning in the future. And that's more a proactive litigation costs. And all the rest of the litigation costs of the police department are a result of the city being sued by a bunch of police officers, correct?
That's accurate.
So it's defending our city's money from claims that we feel are not perhaps appropriate.
That's correct.
So we have to defend ourselves. We have to spend those costs.
Or we can just roll over and do what they wish.
Okay. All right. So I think that the public should know there's a difference. There's a difference between getting strategic counsel to kind of guide us through this and responding to a bunch of lawsuits that have been filed against the city. Whether they have any validity or not, we're going to find out in the long run, and we'll see how much those cost us and whether we were right or whether the police officers are right. But that's what it's about. I don't mind letting that stuff be known by the public. I think the public has a right to know that. And I think maybe if we could at least get a jump on just those police costs, because apparently Mr. Nolan's request is much broader, but at least put the police costs up so people can see what those are as a start, and just keep those updated.